God damn, it's about time. Finally, people are waking up. This new ban, people are banning Target and they're talking about banning Walmart and banning other stores. Or boycotting, not banning, sorry, boycotting. And I'd like to take credit, I've been doing this for half a decade. Thank you for listening to my message. But I can't take credit. Most people haven't seen my message, so they've never even heard of me. I think at this point, black people have been pushed so far that they're like, oh, well, they were forced to wake up. And we'll see. We'll see how long this boycott lasts. If they even do the boycott, we'll see. But people are at least talking about it. So maybe I don't really have much hope anymore that people will do it, but we'll see. I'm just glad that people are at least talking about doing it. At least that's better than nothing. Black people have been doing this for decades, just pouring their money, power, and wealth into white society. And every day, white society tells us to our faces that they don't value us, that they hate us, and that they wish we didn't exist. And we still transfer our wealth to them. And it's insanity. So finally, people are waking up and they're seeing the light. One thing I want to say about this whole Trump and this DEI, whatever thing that's going on, I don't know, these stupid initiatives that these people push to distract idiots. I don't really pay attention to them anymore because they're all just distractions for fools. So instead of being distracted by looking into it, I focus on other things. But what I do want to say is, any black women watching this or hearing this, this is one of the reasons why black men did not vote for Kamala Harris. We didn't vote for Trump either, but we weren't voting for anyone. We needed you all to wake up. There's a lot of black men that are still asleep too, and there are a lot of black women that were already awake, but there are too many black men that are still asleep and too many black women. And in this type of fight, black women need to take the lead because there's a reason why they stroke the egos of women. Women of all races help push the economy because women like to buy things. They like to shop. That's just what women do. Female animals just like to collect and put into their nest and build their nest and collect. That's just what they do. And women like to do that too. They work so that they can purchase things. So we really need women behind this push because if we can get the women to boycott these places, then we make some traction. So that's why I talk about the women being asleep. So a lot of us men, we didn't want Democrats back in office because, first of all, the Democrats were hurting us anyway. You can look at the Daniel Penny, Jordan Neely situation. That was a Democrat, liberal Democrat city with a black liberal Democrat DA, a black liberal Democrat mayor, and you still saw the result. A black man was executed for fun, and the white person was not even given a slap on the wrist. They were set free. So Democrats were already doing bad things to us, the flooding our neighborhoods, specifically and purposely our neighborhoods with these illegal immigrants who were kind of running amok. So there was a lot of stuff was happening to us, and it was going to ramp up and get worse. Taking our tax dollars instead of giving us reparations, they take our money and use it to attack children in the Middle East. A lot of bad stuff the Democrats have been doing. They needed to be punished. We had a reparations rally, and the Democrats reparations push, the Democrats worked to deceive us by creating these hearings and creating these task forces that they knew weren't going to get us anywhere. Because once we kind of worked our way into getting something tangible written for the governor to sign, in this case in California, the governor just flat out said, I wasn't even planning on signing it. So they just wasted our time on purpose. That they had to be punished. So that was one part. The other part was we needed someone like Donald Trump and Elon Musk to be put into these positions so that black people would be shocked out of their slumber, so that they would be shocked awake. And that's exactly what happened. It hasn't even been a month, and you're seeing this stuff. It's waking people up, and we needed that to happen. That needed to happen. If we helped keep the Democrats in office, black people would have stayed asleep. Our lives would have got worse. The Democrats were slowly working to put us in a position of powerlessness where we wouldn't be able to do nothing and where we wouldn't matter. 4 years from now, you don't know how many illegal immigrants would have been here. Their dollar would have been so important that our boycotting these businesses would be practically irrelevant because we would have been outnumbered and replaced with so many other people who were being given free money to just pump back into these businesses. If we kept the Democrats in, they would have kept pumping illegals in. They would have kept giving them loans and free money from our tax dollars. Those illegal immigrants would then replace the black dollar, so that when stuff like this happens and black people say, hey, let's boycott, the businesses wouldn't give two craps because they already have and now a new money flow from these immigrants. Do you see how that works? So the Democrats, which is what they've always done. The Democrats do it slowly, and they trick us. The Republicans don't worry about tricking us. Their job is to trick the white people, the conservative whites. That's their job. So they slowly deceive white society. They just blatantly attack us to our faces because their job is to make a public show of hurting us because it gets the conservative whites to not pay attention and it lulls them to sleep. That's how it works. The conservatives are here to to deceive and to silence and to slowly put asleep the conservative whites. The liberals are here to do that same thing to blacks and to liberal whites. That's how it works. So we needed the Democrats to be out of office so we could stop being lulled to sleep. And we needed the conservatives to come in to shock us awake. And that is exactly what happened almost immediately. So black people, keep this push going. Spread these messages need to be spread. If you come across videos like mine or clips, share them. You have to share them so that the word is getting out. Talk about it yourself. Make clips yourself. Make videos yourself. The word has to be gotten out. People need to see that black people are behind it. If enough of us get the word out and talk about it enough, this will work. So black people, let's just keep the ball rolling. Boycott these big businesses. It's the same thing in all my stop shopping messages. Boycott the big businesses: Target, Walmart, the big supermarkets, Kroger, Stop and Shop, the big restaurants, McDonald's, Burger King. Boycott all the big businesses, the big clothing store places that people go to. Where do people go to buy clothes? Macy's and give me another one. Kmart? I don't know. I don't know where people go to buy clothes and stuff like that. Stop going to the big places. I saw some post of this dumbass woman talking about, I'm doing the boycott, which starts on the 29th, so I did all my shopping on the 28th. No, you dumbass. You still gave your money to them, idiot. It don't matter what date it was on. You start boycotting now, immediately. The boycott isn't just don't spend money. That's not feasible and it's not sustainable. This part of my message is probably the most important. The boycott needs to be boycotting big businesses and continue to shop at small local stores. If you need food, for example, don't get your food at Walmart. Don't go to a Super Target. Don't go to a Kroger. Don't go to a Stop and Shop, a Food Lion, a Wallbounds, a Piggly Wiggly, a Whole Foods, where Publix, wherever it's these big supermarkets, don't go to those. There are farmers markets in your area. You can go online and type in farmers market, put in your zip code and see what comes up. There are bodegas, there are corner stores that sell foods. You can get food from there. There's small Chinese fruit stands or at least little fruit markets. You can go in there and get a lot of stuff. You can get produce, you can get fish. There's small fish markets. There's small bakeries where you can get your bread. There are local stores. There are Caribbean supermarkets, African supermarkets that are big and small that you can go to that sell like produce and canned goods and things like that, and tea and stuff, herbs. There are Mexican supermarkets. I stopped going to Walmart a long time ago because obviously I pushed this whole stop shopping thing, but also you go in there, not only do I have to bag my own groceries, but they have this little camera set up that kind of misses when you self-check. So then you have people coming over looking through your thing to see if you scan. I don't want to be treated like a criminal whilst I'm also giving you my money and transferring my money to you. Screw you. I'm not going to give you my money. So pet supplies for my dog, I had to find other alternatives. There's a Mexican supermarket. It's a big supermarket. They have everything I need in there. They sell dog food. They sell dog treats. I go in there and I get stuff for the dog that I used to get at Walmart because it's dog stuff, so it's cheap. I get it from Walmart. And long ago in the past, I don't do that anymore. But that's just an example. There are so many different places: Mexican supermarkets, Korean supermarkets. There's a Korean supermarket called H Mart. It is all over the country. You can go there. There's Japanese supermarkets, Chinese supermarkets. There's a lot of alternatives. You do not. There's no excuse. Literally, there's no excuse to get this stuff. If you want to buy certain products, cleaning supplies or school supplies or things like that that you only get at Target or Walmart and you can't really find in the store, go online. Buy them from China. Buy them from China. Screw these big white-owned American companies. Screw them. Take your money away from them. Doesn't mean you have to stop spending money. You can still shop and spend money. Change where you put your money. Put it into black businesses whenever you can find them. If you can't find them, I gave you a whole list of different alternatives. You want to eat out? There are so many mom and pop restaurants. There are white-owned mom and pop restaurants that are small chain stores. You can go to those that are in your community. You're supporting your neighbors in your community. Don't go to the big chain stores. Don't go out to McDonald's to get any food. Don't go to any big chain eatery places that Chipotle or Chick-fil-A. Don't go to any of these places. Pull your money from them. Go to local places. Go to local restaurants, pubs, pizza shops, Caribbean restaurants, Mexican restaurants, Dominican restaurants, soul food places. There's so many different mom and pop stores that you can put your money in. Stop putting your money with these big white owned businesses. And I'm not even pushing the message to not put money into white businesses. I'm not, if you notice, I'm not saying that. If there are small white owned local white shops, go to those shops then. If they have something you can't find in the other stores, go to the small shops owned by white people. Don't go to the big ones. It's the big chain stores that are owned by the wealthy white men and women you have to avoid. If you pull your money and we start getting concessions or we start getting things talked about, guess what? Other people will fall in line with us. They will follow our example the way they do with everything else. Stop shopping in the big chain stores. Pull your money from them as much as you can and for as long as you can. You shouldn't have to ever go back. There's no need to go back to Target or Walmart. There are so many alternatives. You can buy from India. You can buy from China, from Japan. There's a lot of places online you can purchase products. Just purchase it in bulk, have it shipped to your house, and you have it. You don't have to go to Target to get anything anymore. You don't have to go to Walmart. And this boycott needs to not just be a trending thing for now. It needs to be our lifestyle. If the United States government decides to do what they're supposed to do and pay us that debt in the form of reparations, fine. Then we can think about or talk about going back to those big businesses. But until then, they don't. They want to destabilize us, destroy us, punish us. Well, then we don't need to take part in their economic system. We shut it down. We can shut down their economic system and create our own economic system. The reason I gave all of those other businesses and I didn't just push for shopping black owned only is because this is something that, again, needs to be a lifestyle forever until we get reparations, maybe. It needs to be a lifestyle forever, so it has to be sustainable. That's the biggest point. It has to be sustainable. It has to be something that you can do easily. And just shopping black, unfortunately, it's not as sustainable right now because there aren't that many black businesses that offer all of the things that we're going to need. If you wake up and you realize you need hydrogen peroxide immediately, there aren't that many black businesses that are just open that you're going to be able to find quickly that's close to you. So if you can't find one, then the alternative is go to any place other than the big chain stores. That's why I gave all the other lists. You have a small, I don't know, Polish-owned pharmacy that you can get some peroxide at. Go there. Just don't go to Target. Don't go to CVS. Don't go to Walgreens. All of the big chain stores that you see in every city and in every state all over this country, don't go to those. You know what stores we're talking about. Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Arby's, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Dwayne Reed, all the big chain stores that you can find in whatever state you go to. Don't shop there anymore. Find alternatives. Again, push this message, share with everybody that you can, talk about it, make your own videos. If you don't want to share my videos, fine. I don't ask you to do that as long as you do something else. Make your own videos, make your own posts, talk about it. Make that the biggest point of conversation, because that is our way of fighting back. Our what's the word that I try to use? I can't think of the word right now, but the tool that we have to fight back, the weapon that we have, is withholding our money. That's how we get leverage, is by withholding our money. We don't have enough money, and we are not connected enough as a group, as a race, to pool our money and use it as a weapon. So if we can't do that, then at least individually we can pull our money. And if enough of us do that, we will get some leverage. If enough of us pull our money and we make the idea of boycotting these places into oblivion a lifestyle, other people will follow suit. Hispanics will follow suit. Asians will follow suit. And whites who are being affected negatively in this country, they will follow suit. Once they start seeing people jumping on board and following suit with us, then you'll get them talking about us. Then you'll get some changes. Then you get their attention. Don't know exactly what changes we can get. That's a longer conversation, but you can get them talking about it at least. And you have enough people in place who can push what we need, or we can talk about. If people reach out to me, I'll gladly discuss it. Obviously, that won't happen, but that's a longer conversation. But at least we need them to hear us, to fear us, and to take what we're saying seriously. That's the only time we'll get a seat at the table. So push that message, stop shopping, and good luck out there.